Okay, this morning I'm going to show you how to make the best omelet you've ever had. The best omelet ever. I got up this morning, it's kind of dreary, it's raining, and I decided to fire up the camera, the spur of the moment here, and share this with you. You will not regret watching this video. Now I named this, when I was thinking about doing this video, and I'm getting everything ready here, I named it How to Get a Girl in the SHTF, because this really would be a very valuable tool in the SHTF where, having food and being able to cook would be very valuable. And if you're a good prepper, if you're prepping and you've got your chicken, so you got your eggs and you've got your onions and you remembered to plant asparagus 3 years ago and you're hauling in asparagus and fresh goods from your garden, you're going to be a pretty popular guy. But being able to cook it is going to take you way over the edge when it comes to picking up girls in the SHTF. Now, it's not that this recipe can't be used in normal times as well. For instance, I know for a fact that cooking for my wife makes her happy if I can cook her up a nice meal or make her an omelet in the morning. It's really, it's a great way to score brownie points. So you don't have to be single to use this either. If you've been married for over a decade like myself and, your wife knows all of your dirty habits, cooking her a delicious omelet is a great way to restore her faith in you. Or let's say you were stupid enough to leave out that new rifle that you snuck home and she accidentally saw it. And you know how they can stay on that subject a long time once they discover these things. Fixing her a good meal or a nice omelet is a great way to smooth things over. It helps her to forget these things, these little things about you. So, I was actually thinking, for my pet trolls out there, you guys might want to favorite this too. This is a great way. You might get to experience something totally different if you could actually use this to impress a girl. I think your biggest hurdle is going to be getting her to come home to your mom's place. That's always a turnoff to girls when you bring them home to your mother's place. But I haven't figured that out for you, but I'll work on that. But if you could get over that hurdle, for you trolls out there, actually, fixing a girl a nice meal, might score you some points. You never know. So this video really is for everybody. Now, to fix the perfect omelet, you got to remember it's almost, for some of us guys, it's something that we've got to overcome. More is not better in omelets. More chocolate syrup on ice cream is always a good thing. Even more ice cream is always a good thing. But more is not always good in omelets. You got to limit yourself to how many ingredients you put in here because you don't want to overcome the flavors. So these are the ingredients I use, and these are the ones that I recommend. A couple eggs. Now, usually I like 3 eggs, but I'm on the David Hasselhoff diet right now, so I'm just cutting back to 2. You want one large spear cut up into bite-sized pieces of asparagus, and you want 2 tablespoons of chopped sweet onion, and then a half a cup, I use cheddar cheese. Now, it's up to you. Goat cheese is really good with this too, but I really like a sharp cheddar. You need a little bit of half and half, and then you need a little bit of butter. Now, the difference between a morning omelet and an evening omelet is what you drink with it. In the morning, you have some orange juice. In the evening, if you're fixing an omelet for a meal, you have some nice white wine. This, in fact, is a Sauvignon Blanc from California. It's very good. Now, it is morning. I know you're saying that, but I've been feeling like I've left out a lot of my Australian and New Zealand viewers, and I just wanted to bring them in this video. I'm making the sacrifice. I'm actually going to have a glass of wine in the morning with this, just to let them, feel like they're part of it as well. Because on the other side of the world, I think it is the evening. So anyway, let's get on with this. Those are your ingredients. Control is also very important in the creation of the omelet. You want to keep it a little bit under medium. You don't want to use high heat for this. Put a little butter in the pan and heat that up, and then throw in your onion. So we're only going to cook this for 2 or 3 minutes. But we don't want to cook it. Here's the big tip here. Don't lose this. We don't want to cook it until it's just translucent. We want to cook it until it's a little bit brown. We want to caramelize some of those sugars. Not blacken, but caramelize, brown it just a little bit. Okay, while the onion is cooking, crack your eggs and put in a tablespoon of half and half for each egg. Okay, these are just starting to brown, getting a little crispy, and that's what you want. And when that happens, then throw in your asparagus. And this is even going to take less time, maybe just a couple minutes, enough to soften it up. But you don't want to cook out the flavor of that asparagus. Just softening it up. Man, if you could smell this right now through this video, wow. Okay, after a couple minutes, you'll notice that the skin on the asparagus is just starting to wrinkle a little bit. And that's the time that you pour in your egg mixture. Alright. And don't touch the heat. It's perfect. Now here's another quintessential part of this video. Don't touch it. Just let it continue to cook just like that. After just a minute or so, lift it up and tilt it. And get the runoff from the top. See how I'm doing that? Tilt it up. And you're creating layers in this omelet by doing that. Oh man. And then do that until there's really no runoff to go underneath. Okay, after 30 seconds, spread your cheese around on top. And then the worst part, or the hardest part I should say, is flipping it over. Oh man, look at that. Okay, and here is the biggest mistake that people make with their omelets and eggs in general. Don't cook it all the way through. You don't want to dry it out. Eggs continue to cook after you take them off. So, leave it a little runny, a little bit, a little glossy, and take it off and let it continue to cook on your plate, and that way it won't be rubbery. That's the biggest mistake people make with eggs. How's that? Is that awesome or what? Let me tell you something. That will overcome the shock of discovering that new rifle. It will, at least for a little bit. And I think for you single guys, man, this is the way to get chicks in the SHTF. If you can cook up something like this, when things are that bad, man, they're going to love you. They're going to love you. See how moist that is? Oh man. Oh, that is. You've got to try this. I'm telling you. I'm not lying to you. This is the best omelet you'll ever have. Wow. Here's to all my Australian and New Zealand viewers. Have a great day, guys. Look at this. Chemtrails, saran wrap. Chemtrails, saran wrap. End of the world. End of the world.